Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Derp Your Hooves. Today we are in the Cessna Skyhawk 172 Short Takeoff and Landing Amphibian. This is not the standard 172 Amphibian that you can get with Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is actually a third-party add-on from Bagolu, and you can get it on flightsim.to. Again, I'm just going to say I am not being endorsed by anyone to showcase this. This is just a flight I did from Van Nuys to Big Bear in Southern California. And we are going to be landing in Big Bear Lake, not on the runway itself. So, air traffic control is going to come in here pretty soon. We're going to let them talk. And always remember to retract your landing gears. Microsoft Flight Simulator tends to lock them down if you're traveling at too high of a speed. Sometimes even in this, so
Papa, Yankee continue for north departure.
we're going to let them talk.
Van Nuys Tower Delta Echo Romeo Papa, Yankee continue for north departure.
So, again, I flew this flight in reverse before this in the Cessna Skymaster, and I'm pretty sure you guys are getting tired of, my Skymaster flights. And I was actually originally going to have a split screen with the Skymaster going from Big Bear to Van Nuys, which was the first flight, and then this one of the 172 Short Takeoff and Landing going from Van Nuys to Big Bear. But I just decided I'd just do this. Kind of messy to do it the other way. This looks a lot nicer. So, this plane is actually a little faster than the standard Cessna Skyhawk. Forgive me if I accidentally call it the Skymaster. They're both, start with Sky. One's.
Papa, Yankee, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Let's just answer that.
Van Nuys Tower Delta Echo Romeo Papa, Yankee frequency change.
So, again, this 172 has a bit more power than the standard Skyhawk that you can get. So it'll get you there a little quicker. I don't remember if it has any different notches of flaps, and I know that Bagolu and I forget who else he's working with when they worked on this, that they actually made some changes to it. This is a newer version with a 3 propeller prop instead of the 2. It's just kind of a fun plane to have. I get kind of spoiled sometimes and stop flying the standard 172 altogether when I fly these planes instead. And I know he also makes some tail draggers, some bush kit versions of the 172. He's actually got some nice versions of the 172. If you ever want to go to flightsim.to and go look at some of them. PC users only, unfortunately. Right now, Xbox is not, letting you add third-party content from flightsim.to to your Xbox. Sorry. But, if you ever want to get the PC version, you can always go ahead and download and install this. Steam users, too. It just doesn't have to be the, direct purchase from Microsoft. I use Steam myself. I just, prefer it over the other. So anyhow, here we are today in Southern California, and we are, flying over the LA County area. That's, Van Nuys to Big Bear, over the mountains. Turns out there was a little bit of snow on this day in Big Bear. Big Bear is known for its skiing in the winter, right? And I just thought, wouldn't it be fun? Because I haven't done an amphibian video in a while, and I just thought it would be fun to, take this one out for a spin. I like this newer, improved version. There's a couple things he fixed, like I think it was the flight dynamics in it, but it really is a fun aircraft to fly. So at this point, I'm kind of just gonna step out and let you guys enjoy the flight and the different camera angles, and I'll chime in when I feel it's necessary. So I just wanted to give you guys the external view, and you can see that other than my livery, which is not included in Bagolu's plane. Um, there's two ropes that are included, and that's how you can tell that it's the short takeoff and landing version versus the standard 172 that you get in the sim. Um, other than that, everything is exactly the same except for a little bit of the flight dynamics. It's got two ropes on it, and it's a short takeoff and landing version. So I wanted to say that there is a G1000 version that he has as well. I'm flying the classic version, as you can see by the gauge panel, control panel, dashboard. So I just kind of, like flying with the classic steam gauges, as they're referred to. Um, you know, Sometimes more than the G1000. It's, a little more fun, in my opinion. Sometimes makes you think a little bit more. I like both versions. Um, just, you know, kind of like the Skymaster has, the old-fashioned gauges. I know that there's, you know, plenty of 172s out there that have, the older gauges. not everybody can afford the G1000 in real life. It's always good to learn how to read your gauges and know what they all do. Your altimeter, your airspeed indicator, your turn indicator, stuff like that. Um, so, just kind of my preference on this plane. They both fly, I mean, it's the same thing like in the sim with the standard version. One has the two G1000 screens, and this one doesn't. So I mean, whatever you prefer, I just wanted to do it in this one. Um, yeah, just something I prefer to do. Um, Not always, but yeah. So, one of the fun things about this flight is that the San Bernardino Mountains, which I guess branch off the San Gabriel Mountains, is where Big Bear is located, the San Bernardino Mountains. And it actually kind of divides in Southern California the California high desert from San Bernardino County, LA County, um, the western kind of area, the valleys, and I guess you'd say the plain, um, heading towards the ocean. So, we kind of have this in Southern California. We have this, you know, Los Angeles itself and San Bernardino. A lot of it was plains and desert with, mountains in the middle and some forests. And the forests, of course, are still here in the mountains. But, to the east of San Bernardino and LA County is a whole lot of desert. People live out there. There's, high population out there too. Not as much as in San Bernardino or Los Angeles County. But it's kind of interesting because as you're flying over the mountains, and I did it in this flight, you can see it, because we're using real world, graphics in a way with the Bing graphics from Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm not using the Google Map data, the Google graphics. But you can see it, and you can actually see the snow, what's left of the snow on the mountains, from what the program and the live weather is going to leave, which is usually kind of accurate, sometimes a little bit. But again, to my left, which would be the east, would be the California high desert. And to my right would be San Bernardino County, Orange County, a little bit farther off. Disneyland would be down there to the west, towards the ocean. So it's kind of interesting. Big Bear is kind of located, smack in the middle. Just again, a little fun flight in some of the geography of the area. And as you're kind of watching the external views, as I sometimes pan around, you can see, right now you're seeing the San Bernardino area on one side, and then high desert on the other. So here we are, we're coming to an end of our flight here. That's Big Bear Lake up ahead, and we're going to be landing on the lake and not at Big Bear Airport on the runway. Because we have the 172 Amphibian, the short takeoff and landing version here. One of the things that I actually read and learned about here is that you really shouldn't deploy your water rudders until after you've already touched the water. Um, you know, not before your landing, but at some point during your landing, you got to kind of time it. Because they keep you straight and pointed in the right direction as you're going across the lake. So one thing I wanted to mention to you here, because this is going to be the last couple things I say, is I will put a link to this aircraft, and he actually has a mega pack that I'm going to give you a link to that's all updated, that has this in it. It has the amphibian and the tail draggers and everything. I'll be putting that in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the sky. Before you go, if you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe.